feel the power of you controlling your breathing right now, in this moment. Here, in the present, the greatest gift you have, that we have. That power, that determination that's in you and everyone. It's the same power we use to control our minds, one thought at a time, one breath at a time. Here we are, another beautiful day in the gym of life. Life, the greatest teacher of all. And you get to learn from it every single day, every single moment. No matter how young you are, how old you are, no matter what you look like, how different you are, we are one. We are the same in one fundamental way. One truthful way. We were born to win, to be happy, to be as we were born. So let's see ourselves today. Determination, let's see ourselves determining to do our best on whatever exercises, stretches we do, the way we move our bodies today in this moment we have together. Do it to the best of our ability by simply being.
Magic System, Red One, Shaoki. Comme d'habitude on est calé, comme toujours ça va aller. On te met l'ambiance à gogo, tous ensemble on fait le show.
On t'invite à la magie, y a pas de raccourci. Oublie tes soucis, c'est bien faire la folie.
On t'invite à la magie, y a pas de raccourci. Oublie tes soucis. Oh, 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 oh. C'est pas seulement pour les bobos, nous on vient dans nos mambo. Mon ami, si tu as le niveau, rejoins-nous pour t'enjailler.
On t'invite à la magie, y a pas de raccourci. Oublie tes soucis, et viens faire la folie.
On t'invite à la magie, y a pas de raccourci. Oublie tes soucis. Oh, 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 oh. Magic System.
Toujours nous.
Ah, ça change pas.
Ah ouais.
Ah, Shaoki avec Red One. Est-ce que ça marche? Ça va pas. On vient du ghetto pour aller plus haut. Avec les magiciens, c'est le Prédigo. On vient du ghetto pour aller plus haut. Avec les magiciens. Oh, oh, oh.
Gonna do the two-step.
Chelsea looking threatening on the break now. Barkley charging forward. Becker in a good position. Barkley's going to go. Yeah! Oh my goodness me! Ross Barkley puts Chelsea one step closer to the quarterfinals with a terrific interception.
Good morning, guys. Today, Wayne Dyer reminds us of the power and control of our mind and how important it is. And he shares with us his wisdom of, as you think, so shall you be. So this one is everything for me. This is my passion. I love and am fascinated and am obsessed with the power of the human mind, because I know that whatever goes on in here will manifest itself out here. And so we have to remember that. And once we understand how powerful our thoughts are, we will guard very carefully what thoughts we allow into our minds. And it's a challenge. It's a thing that's not going to come overnight. It's going to take a lot of time. But you will see amazing changes. So if you can remember, as you think, so shall you be, it will start to transform your life. And that's why I'm so passionate about filling our minds with positive thought energy. Hope this helps, everyone. Have a great morning.
Energy, mental and physical and spiritual strength or vibrancy. I just call it energy in high performance training. What is my energy? Do I have the energy to serve? Do I have the energy to focus? Do I have the energy to go to the gym? Do I have the energy to be nice to my spouse and my partners and my friends? Do I have the energy to do the work today? Like for me, when my energy is low or it is dipping, I always go, what is causing that? It's almost always two things. It's almost, if my energy dips low in the day, I always know there's two culprits. One, something happened that bothered my brain. I got annoyed, frustrated, or hurt by something. I got annoyed, frustrated, or hurt by something. And it happened recently. It happened in the last day or two. And it's affecting my energy right now. Your energetic state right now is a hangover. Your mood right now is a hangover effect. Not always negative, can be positive. But it's an effect of something, right? Input, output, cause, effect. That's real. So I'm like, okay, well, what has hooked me? What has angered me? What has frustrated me? And then I'll do something like Byron Katie's teaching on the work. And I'll just flip the question, or I'll flip the feeling. I'll say, okay, what would my life be like without that thought? Is that thought true? What's the opposite of that thought? And I'll just question those things that annoy me, frustrated, or hurt me. And then I'll do the physical work again of releasing those things. And if I need help with releasing those, many of you guys know, I love and invested in the tapping solution. So I'll just tap. I'll just go into my mind, for those who know tapping, and I'll just do a tapping routine. For those who want to learn tapping, you can learn it in the Growth Day app. There's a course in there on it already. And so I'll just do something physical to release that tension. But again, I said there's two reasons probably for my low energy. Is one, something mentally or emotionally it hooked my brain. And it's lowering the quality of energy I feel in life. The second one for me, which is big, is the last 72 hours of physical exercise and nutrition. It's like you feel right now what you consumed and how you moved in the last 72 hours. Most people think it's only during the day. No, the food you ate 3 days ago, that's still in your body. The supplement, the nutrition from that, the macros from that, whether you burned it off or not, the energy, the energetic effect culminates 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. And that's why sometimes people, if you've ever done a cleanse or something, you don't feel that much different in the first day or two, but by day 3 or 4, you start like getting like this amazing clarity. Why? That 72-hour cycle of biology that we humans have. It's why when I know I'm going to teach a seminar to y'all, like I'm going to go, like I've been blessed to, a lot of the industry knows, we teach the single 2 hardest events in the world. When it was High Performance Academy and then Certified High Performance Coaching, these are literally 9 hours a day on stage, often by myself, and used to be, now I've got a little smarter about it, but it was intensely difficult. And if you see me on stage, I'm not sitting like I am now in this little room in quarantine. I'm like bouncing the whole time. We're dancing the whole time. I'm running back and forth, the flip chart down in the audience, walking around. I do a marathon a day in steps, jumps, and movement, right? It's unbelievable. I got to eat 3 times the calories to pull off each of those days. And I can tell you, when I'm on stage and I'm not feeling it, I don't go, wow, what just happened last hour? I'm like, okay, what was the last 3 days here? When was I moving? How was I recovering? What was I eating? When was I moving? How was I recovering? What was I eating? And I'll run that through over and over, and I'll identify. I'm like, oh, you know what? There was that 1 hour after that stage, I was all hyped, I didn't eat. Or, oh, you know what? There was that time, I should have spent another 20 minutes meditating or sleeping, or I just run back. So I want you to do that. Anytime you don't feel well, I really want to cue you to develop the habit. This is like my advanced habit. If I don't feel well, I'm like, okay, 72 hours. What hooked my brain or my ego, maybe frustrated, angry, upset? Let me release that right now. That's the first thing, a release technique again. Second thing is, okay, have I moved and what did I eat? So it's like, oh, on Friday, I had those 3 glasses of wine versus that 1. Got it. That's a lingering effect. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Or, oh, you know what? I really just wanted to cheat and I did, but now I'm paying for it. And listen, I'm not here to judge anybody. Whatever you want to eat, consume, the stuff that you do, not my business. My business is reminding you that wellness is experience of life, and you have either defined what wellness looks like and feels like to you, or you have not. And because I have, this is so important to me. I hate when I don't have this. Lacking energy to me is so painful that I structure my life to ensure I have it.
Cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. And lean back, put your hips in it. Let's have some fun. To the left now. To the right. Now take your left hand and put it on your side. Gon' roll your shoulders, do the slip and slide. This next part's my favorite part, cause it's time to shine. Gonna do the 2-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Gon' throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. It's simple, you can do it. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Now cool down, have a good time. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Do the butterfly, have a good time. Round, round, round and round you go. It's time to show out right now and Take it down now. Take it down now. Take it down now. Bring it up now. Bring it up now. Bring it up now. Bring it up now. Take it down and crisscross. Bring it up now, crisscross. Do whatever you like right here. Just have fun. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my
Στο Μουνιέ πλάσε 3-0, κολάρα είναι από τον Γάλλο. Φανταστικό τελείωμα του Μουνιέ, υπέροχο γκολ. Πανετολικό Λάρισα 3-0.
Good afternoon, guys. I remember Napoleon Hill in his book Think and Grow Rich saying that the greatest richness we can ever have is what we are. It's not what we have, it's what we are. And it's so true. So if we can think of ourselves as that source of richness, and every decision, every thought we choose to allow to occupy our mind will affect the richness that we become, that energy, that source of richness. We have the power to change ourselves and to have our life be everything that we are, because we're that magnet. We're that magnet that will attract the things and circumstances in our life that we wish to have, but we have to be that. We have to work so hard to be that richness. And that means filling our minds with positive thought energy, endless positive thought energy. Hope this helps everyone. Have a good afternoon.
This whole thing about abundance and attracting to yourself what it is that you want and how to use mantras and spirituality to make sure you have what you want. True spirituality is about not wanting. It's about being filled with joy from inside and then sharing that outside. It's not about attracting to yourself what you want. People ask me, is there a law of attraction? Yes. And you better be scared of it, because if it's true that you attract what your mind is thinking, you better take a look at what your mind is thinking. What about your mind all day when it's complaining and it's yelling at people and it doesn't like stuff? What if you're attracting that way? So you eventually catch on that it is not about getting what you want. It is about learning to find out that what you really want is to stay open and not have conditions on that openness. And then it comes down to, how do you do that? Are people capable of doing that? Or is that just reserved for, some special beings, Buddha and Christ, that have walked the face of the earth? Everybody is capable of that. If I tell you to pick up 5,000 pounds, you may not be able to do that. So I've told you to do something that you have never done and you're not doing it, so you may not be able to do it. But if you're actually already doing something and I tell you not to do it, you're always capable of that, because you're the one who's doing it.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because in my first business, I quit on my business partner. I struggled to keep going. I was making $300 a month and felt like a complete failure. And the thing that saved me, that pulled me up, was studying the stories of famous entrepreneurs. I got the motivation from them. I also got the strategies of what to do next so that I can go off and achieve my dreams. And quite honestly, I still need the stories today myself to continue my motivation to take it to the next level. So today, let's learn some powerful manifestation techniques to create wealth. Enjoy.
Inside, you are the one who's closing your heart. You close it. You are the one who's closing your mind. You do that. They're your thoughts. It's your feelings. They're nobody else's. So you are in there doing these things. So if I tell you the way to stay open is to not close, I don't teach how to stay open. That's more like finding out how to get what you want. I'm interested in you learning to not close. But a difference. If I say to you, I want you to open your heart right now, you wouldn't even know how to start. But if I say to you, somebody says something you don't like, don't close, you know where to start, right? Because it's happening inside of you and you see the tendency to do it. All I'm asking you to do is don't do that. And I'm telling you, that will take you the whole way. Don't worry about opening. Worry about not closing. There are going to be events that unfold in your life that naturally open you. A beautiful sunset, a bird singing. Sometimes you get what your mind wants, all right? You open. Great. Nothing wrong with that. Don't close. How come it only lasts a minute? How can you see a beautiful sunset? You feel like, oh my God, I looked into the face of God. Then you go right back into your mind with all your problems. Why? Why don't you learn to not close? Once you get some openness, start to work with yourself to not close. And this is how to get what you really want. The deep spiritual teachings are really teaching you how to get what you want. Because what you want is to feel love and joy and happiness all the time. And so if you can get that from within, you then can share it.
Technique number 2 is change the unconscious program with Bruce Lipton.
What do you do on a daily basis, Bruce? Are there any routines, any practices that you do to keep yourself in this happy, contented, creative mode?
I wake up in love. I just wake up in love. The rest of the day flows so beautifully. There's no practices anymore for myself. Why? I put those programs in. They run automatically. I don't have to even practice it because practicing means I don't have the program and I want to make the program. But if you already have the program, then you don't have to do the practice. And all of a sudden, you just naturally wake up, you're in love, you naturally are helping your partner, your community, your friends. It's natural. So it's not like, let me work on this. Let me be more loving to my partner. It's like, I don't have to be more loving to my partner. We're already fully in love. It's like, people say, I love you more or something. I said, no, I always tell my wife, how much love? Full amount. It's like the gas tank. How much love? Oh, I'm filled up with love. You can't put any more love in there. It's already filled up. It's already there. And so practice by definition means something's not working and you want to engage yourself to make it work, and then you do a practice. But what if you did the programming already? When I got with my partner, Margaret, I still had programs from my parents that weren't any good. But she knew about programming. I know about programming. And this is the important part, because if a couple doesn't know about programming, then when some behavior shows up unexpectedly, it's like, whoa, who are you? What's this all about? But if you already know that programs exist and a bad program comes up, it doesn't go into an argument. It can go into a discussion. Do you want to have this program? And then I would say, what program? Well, oh, you didn't see what you just said or did? And it's like, oh. And I said, well, let's change the program. And then we change the program. So what do? Over a period of time, you edit these programs. And when it gets to the point of it's editing, then do I have to practice more editing? I go, no, I changed these programs already. Here's a simple point. I said the conscious mind is wishes and desires. The subconscious mind is program. Yes. What if you took your wishes and desires and put them in as programs? Then the answer is what? Whether you're conscious or whether you're subconscious, you're still going to the same destination.
Yeah.
And that's the secret part. This is not a lifelong struggle. Once the programs are set, you don't have to work on it anymore. It's already done.
Yeah.
So it's not like, I got to do this every day. I go, no, if it's a program, you will automatically do it every day without even thinking you're doing it.
Have you got any final words, final thoughts, final bits of advice to share with people to help, I guess, improve the way that they feel?
Well, it's just basically simply this, is that we are creators. We came here to create. But if you've been programmed, then you're not creating, the program is creating. And the idea is if you can then use your creation to put the program in that you want, then you can manifest what you want in this life. That's basically what it is. And the idea is, what is it we're really looking for? As I said, a lot of people, give me the money. I go, the money you think is going to make you happy. And I'm going to say, look, there are a lot of rich people, the unhappiest people I've ever seen in my life. And so it's not that, but we've been some kind of program, the competition, get this, you'll have this, you're going to be better. And it's some of the poorest people are some of the happiest people I've ever seen. And then all of a sudden I start to realize then happiness is not a physical thing. I need to get things to be happy.
Technique number 3 is surrender with Gabby Bernstein.
Whenever you're in that space where you're feeling like, I need that thing, instead of needing that thing to feel good, why don't you offer up what you can give?
My horse through the old town road, I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse through the old town road, I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
I got the horses in the bag, horse stock is attached, head is matted black, got the bushes black to match. Riding on a horse, ha, you can whip your Porsche. I've been in the valley, you ain't been up off that porch. Now can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Riding on a tractor, lean all in my bladder. Cheated on my baby, you can go and ask her. My life is a movie, but riding in cowboy hat from Gucci, Wrangler on my. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. Hat down, cross town, living like a rock star. Spend a lot of money on my brand new guitar. Baby's got a habit, diamond rings and Fendi sports bras. Riding down Rodeo in my Maserati sports car. Got no stress, I've been through all that. I'm like a Marlboro man, so I keep going back. Wish I could roll on back to that old town road. I wanna ride till I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Possession again for Barcelona. Now it's at the feet of this man. Trying to wriggle his way through, and he got back up as well. Oh, fabulous. Absolutely brilliant from Lionel Messi. The genius at work again.
Good evening, guys. One of the things that I've always had a challenge with, and I'm not sure if this has happened to you, but I thought I'd share this as we live, laugh, and love our way to infinite mind wealth. And that is when we've made a mistake. If you've made a mistake, you yourself know. We all know the truth about ourselves. We all know what we really are deep down inside. We know when we've made a mistake. And so when we have people constantly remind us of those mistakes or be really negative and hard on ourselves, it can be very frustrating. But if we remember and we know the truth of who we really are, and we're comfortable with the fact that we can make mistakes, laugh at them, and then learn from them and move on, then nothing outside of us can affect us in terms of bringing us to a lower negative state. It's a hard thing, but I just know that we have to be the ones to accept the truth of who we are and then move on. Have a great evening, everyone.
Let's just take a moment and become aware of the present moment. Vitally important in any endeavor that you undertake, no matter what it is not to lose your connectedness with the present moment. So before you start a new enterprise, a new activity, always good to take a moment for awareness. Basically, that's what it is. Sometimes people ask, well, what is the present moment? Where is it? What does it even mean to become aware of the present moment? And the first thing, of course, is that you become aware of whatever surrounds you. That's the entry point into the present moment, a very easy entry point into a present moment awareness. Some people may call it mindfulness, is to become more aware of whatever surrounds you here and now.
Need motivation?
Watch a Top 10 with Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because in my first business, I quit on my business partner. I struggled to keep going. I was making $300 a month and felt like a complete failure. And the thing that saved me, that pulled me up, was studying the stories of famous entrepreneurs. I got the motivation from them. I also got the strategies of what to do next so that I can go off and achieve my dreams. And quite honestly, I still need the stories today myself to continue my motivation to take it to the next level. So today, let's learn from one of the best, Eckhart Tolle, and my take on his top 50 rules for success. Enjoy.
Sense perceptions. Just be with what is. Give it attention, some attention. The room you're sitting in. Maybe there's a window, you can look out of the window. You can see trees behind me, I can't see them, I know they're there. This is, you enter the present moment by becoming more aware of sense perceptions, auditory, visual, and perhaps others. And of course, what that does, you might notice, is there's less mental noise. The voice in the head that speaks and speaks, that talks to you, that you have a dialogue with, a monologue, that comments and interprets and takes positions, mental positions, identifies with, likes, dislikes, never stops talking. That's the mind, the voice in the head that most people are completely identified with, and that means they're not present. So the first step is take some attention away from that by simply becoming aware of sense perceptions. And if you can look at something natural, that's even better, because a natural thing, a tree, a flower, a plant, the sky, a natural thing lends itself to a present moment awareness more than a man-made, a human-made thing. So anything natural that you can look at for a moment, focus on, and give it attention, acknowledge it. You don't need to think about it. So it's just become aware of the present moment through sensory perception. And already, if you can do that, if perhaps a few minutes before you were very much immersed in the problem-making mind, it wasn't actually solving any problem, because this continuous mind activity actually creates more problem than it solves. If it's not focused, it's unconscious. So already, suddenly, there's a certain amount of peace that descends upon the world, your world. It becomes a bit more peaceful. You become aware of the aliveness of things.
Talking about past and future and excessive emphasis on past and future in your life, yes, of course, you need to have, there's nothing wrong with having a certain intention of what you want to achieve, take steps towards it. It's part of living here in this dimension. You can't just say, I'm never going to plan anything anymore. just take life as it comes. Well, some people try to do that, but they're not that happy either after a while. So then your life will get very diffused. And so to have an intention, to make a plan, perfectly fine. Either a short-term plan, like I'm going to meet you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. How would you ever meet anybody if we didn't have time? And future on a practical level, of course it's needed. The question is whether future takes over your mind. Being able to use it for practical purposes is of course great, but I call that clock time is fine, but psychological time is when the future takes over your mind and your entire thought patterns are geared only towards future, and you treat the present moment as either just a means to an end because it enables you to get to the next one. You're always reaching out, so to speak, internally to the next, yet never quite here, always looking for some fulfillment there. So you can never embrace the fullness of now, or you make the now into even an enemy. Some people are always unhappy. Perhaps we all know one or two people like that.
3.
Who are, wherever they are, they're complaining it's never quite right. Wherever they are or whoever they are with, after a little while, they're very uncomfortable again. They should be somewhere else. You know the bumper sticker that you see in some cars, in various versions of it, says, I'd rather be golfing. And then another one says, I'd rather be fishing. I'd rather be this, I'd rather be there. When I visited the spiritual teacher Ram Dass, who lives in Hawaii, he has a bumper sticker on. Ram Dass was the person who, in the 70s, wrote the book Be Here Now. Anyway, he has a bumper sticker on his car that says, "I'd rather be here now." And then you realize you can still pursue whatever an intention where you want to get to, a plan. I call that, it's a bit like a journey. Your life is a journey. You're going, you want to go from here to there. Whether you're going to get there, we don't know. Maybe on the way you'll branch out to somewhere else. But at least you have a certain direction. It's good to have some direction in your life. But while you are traveling, if your destination takes up most of your attention and you're continuously focusing on there, you miss all the journey, really. You can't enjoy the journey anymore. And most
as we always begin, as everything begins. Through the power of our minds, controlling our breathing. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, if you're here in this moment, in the present, using your gift, the greatest gift you have, the now. I love you. I love you because we are all one. We can all stay in the present and be our true presence. Be the human being we were all born to be.